Good evening. Welcome to the Professor Maima Show. Hope you are doing well wherever watching me from around the world. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. So here, Kenya, the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education is supposed to be released. That's the exam you do once you clear high school to join university. But this is under the old system. So here, in Kenya, they changed the education system from 844, which used to be 8 years of elementary school, 4 years of secondary, and 4 years of university. So they came up with another system. I call it the password system. I don't know, 6333, who knows? Because the argument was that Kenya was producing job seekers, not of job creators. That's why we have a lot of unemployment rate in the country. But that's what I'm saying. Kenyan graduates not up to standards. Yes, Kenyan graduates not up to standard. Although the education system is trying to uh, is trying to correct, to address that issue of job seekers, so that we create people who are creative, we don't have all the facilities. Like our schools don't have the CBC. It's more practical. It's more about laboratories. It's more about things that are practical. But the problem, these things are for the developed countries. You're telling children about swimming pools. I don't know, you're telling children about computers. We don't have that. What we have is what's behind me, land. Maybe the CBC would be more successful if it all focused on practical things like practical skills like farming, being a mason, teach people carpentry, teach people how to cook, teach people things like, I don't know, how to do sports, especially. We are very good in sports, athletics, fitness, but more so agriculture, things like metalworking, things like carpentry. So we focus on agriculture and skills, basic skills that can now can move on to more advanced levels. Let's say if you're having things like automation, all those that can come gradually, and that can only come if we have the infrastructure. We have the industries, we have the highways, we have the railways, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. Kenyan graduates not up to standards. Me, I've been a lecturer for over 20 years, but something I'm surprised to find a graduate when the Gen Zs were having these routes. Uh, they were interviewing some university students. Even let's say when say lecturers went on strike, they went to universities to talk to students. You find a university student is not fluent in English. It's called mixing English, Kiswahili, even some mother tongue. That's what I'm saying. Kenyan graduates are not up to standard. You find that our our graduates don't know that something like English is very important. Also now in this world of ours, if you are going to do those jobs, let's say you want to be an engineer, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a teacher, because that's the language you have chosen to communicate now. Maybe if you change to go to Kiswahili, it will happen. But you cannot be a graduate, yet you cannot speak in English, you cannot communicate very well. You find even the confidence is very low. You understand? Like a graduate here in Kenya cannot construct basic English language. The basic grammar of English is lacking. And the reason I say this, most of them, when they go to interviews, they can't do well. And even now, the jobs that are in the market are, it's called online jobs, where they do, I don't know. In fact, most of them is doing assignments for foreign people in the developed countries. As a student in high school employs graduates here, university students, to do for them assignments, which is no, which is not bad because people need to survive. University education is expensive. Students even don't have money to survive, to even buy soap, to even buy food, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. Kenyan graduates are not up to standard. So this basic English is what they need even to do those online jobs, whether they're doing assignments for people, whether they're doing this, I don't know, coding, but that's just for a few. But there's a lot of online work where it's about the data entry. That's one they can do, but they need English. They need basic understanding. You understand? That's why I'm saying Kenyan graduates not up to standards. So where did the rain start beating us? It started beating us when universities started being tribalistic, nepotism. You see, getting a lecture of English like me, my caliber, Professor Maima, is it's not easy because I have over 20 years of teaching experience. The people who taught me were those people who were taught by serious lecturers, serious professors. In my English, when I was studying, I was taught by several professors. These days we have graduates who are not even taught by a professor. By the time they reach fourth year, no professor. Me was in university, all my undergraduate, I was taught by several professors. My masters, all the lecturers who taught me were professors, or they had doctorates. They were either professors, associate professors, or they had doctorate. You see. So even the ones, yeah, that's why I was taught by poor doctorates, they were associate professors, they were full professors. Now, come to today's students, they do not have access to those people. So that's why I'm saying they then started beating us now because of nepotism. Someone like me cannot be employed, maybe in a public university or in a good university to help. Because me, if you made me a minister of education, within 2 years, our graduates will be up to standard. They'll be able to communicate in standard English, let's say in proper English grammar. They'll be able to communicate in English grammar, proper English grammar. They'll be able to write basic things like CVs, I don't know, formal letters, reports. They'll be able to even be doing online work, whether they're doing assignments for other people, we don't care. As long as these young men and women are running some money. That's what I'm saying. Kenyan graduates not up to standard. Because how can you call yourself a university student, a graduate? You cannot construct basic English. I'm trying to, yes, basic English. You cannot write a formal letter. You cannot even say, my name is John whatever. My name is Frederick Odhiambo. My name is Frederick Odhiambo. My name is Joan Kamau. My name is who? Rose whatever. So you see, then someone goes to television and say, my names are who? My names are Mark Williams. You see, already the grammar is missing because the universities are not employing people like us because of nepotism, tribalism. So they just employ the people they want to employ. But all of them are of poor standard. Me, I say, in this country, the people who can teach proper English, they are very few. Even they are not more than 1,000. In the country, who can teach university students proper grammar, they are not more than 1,000. And me, I'm inside there. They are not even more than 1,000 who can teach university students proper grammar. And their numbers are reducing. So I'm among the few. In fact, not even 1,000. I want to state here publicly that in Kenya, the people who can teach proper English grammar are not more than 100. And me, I'm in those 100. The people who can teach English grammar in this country, they're not more than 100. That's for at higher university level. And I'm among them. So you can see, if someone like me who's among those top cream of teaching English grammar is not in the system because Kenya has become a nepotistic country, tribalism, how will these students benefit? People like us should be in the system whereby, because of our experience, of our knowledge, we can really help these youngsters. You know, these days what has happened, people are buying the so-called certificates. So you find someone is calling himself a professor and cannot even construct basic English. How can he teach? That's what I'm saying. Kenya graduates not up to standard. They need to improve how they are taught, communication skills, how to use English grammar, insist on English grammar is poor. We need people like us in charge so that now people can go back to learning proper English grammar. Me, all my life when I was learning, I was taught by people who are what? Native speakers of English, majority of them. So it's not something I'm boasting. So I know what is English grammar, how to make my students communicate well, use written and spoken, how they can write things like CVs, reports, how they can earn online by getting those jobs that require basic English grammar, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. Kenyan graduates not up to standard. They should improve their English. They should improve their writing skills, communication skills, and that can only be done by employing people like Professor Maima, who is only among the best 100 people in this country who can teach good English. The English I hear out here, even with the so-called professor, is just pathetic. It's below standards. It's mediocre, to say the least. So this is the Professor Maima show. I want to pray for you who's watching me, that you have a long life, that your dreams become reality, and you become rich and prosperous, not only you, your children, grandchildren, and all your generations. I also pray for myself to be rich and prosperous. I pray for Kenya to be peaceful and prosperous for all. So those are my prayers. Amen. So I just want to say, keep on supporting our channel. For those who have been sending us money, we appreciate your money. The people who have been sending us money to support our channel, thank you very much. And as I always say, Gwaheri ya kuonana, Gwaheri.